Most common questions that I get is, will you inspect the house to code? Will you make sure it passes code? They ask me that all the time. I swear I hear that every single day. And the answer to that question is no. The home inspection will not inspect to code, but it's a very important question. Let's think about why that is. The whole thing about building codes is, number one, that they change over time. So if your house was built in 2010, the code looks different than it does today in 2026. We deal in Birmingham mostly, and a lot of these houses are built in not the 2000s or the 90s or the 80s. We're going back and doing, 30s, 40s, 50s, way back when building codes were, what were building codes? So the thing about it is, unless your house was built in 2025, it's probably not up to code. So if the lender comes back and they're like, is it up to code? Or like the gentleman asked me yesterday, my insurance wants to know, is the house up to code? No. I mean, in that case, absolutely not. It's like a cinder block house. It's not even a framed house like you would typically have. The walls are cinder block. And it's located way outside of a municipality. Like, what code? What code are you talking about? But the thing about it is that even on a house like the one I'm sitting at right now, which is built in like the 2010 to 2020 range, I can guarantee you that there are things on this house right here that are no longer up to code. So if I come in as a home inspector, as your home inspector, to answer that question as to whether or not something is up to code or not up to code, it's not going to be. I think the last thing, and then I'll get off my soapbox about it, is this. If the house was built at a previous time and the code is no longer applicable, if you try to take the home inspector and hold them to that code standard, it would be impossible to perform a home inspection because there would be multiple facets that would have to be updated or upgraded to bring it to modern code. Now you think about that. You think about what happens when you ask the seller now to make a repair for you. I mean, it depends on what the market is, but half the time they don't want to oblige anyway. I'm getting calls back about the seller doesn't want to do this, the seller doesn't want to do that. Can you imagine telling them, oh, by the way, they now have arc fault breakers that have to go in, so I'm going to need you to redo half of your service panel? Man, get out of here.